As soon as this recording starts, we will get started. Okay. My one screen says it's recording and my other says it's not, so we're just going to do a few housekeeping things in the beginning anyway, so no big deal. So, housekeeping. If you did not finish your test from last week, you got an email about it this morning. If you didn't get an email from me, that means you got both of them done. Go you. Also, today is Monday the 1st. Your writing prompt is due on Friday by 2:35 p.m. And I want them. Whatever you have done, I'm going to print out on Friday, okay? If you have any questions, catch me at any time. I will. Okay, Cadence, get out and get back in. If you have any questions about the writing prompt, please let me know. I will help you as much as I can. Okay? So you have today, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday during the day, but it is due by 2:35 on Friday, okay? Good? Some of you are already done. Go you. I'm not saying you have to be done. You have the whole week. So, okay, so I don't know why I'm glitching for some people and not for others. If you're having trouble, completely exit out, go back to the link and hop back in, okay? All right. So anyways, that was my housekeeping. Writing prompt is due, and this is our final week for Module 4. I'm so excited. We're almost done with Module 4, and I'm pumped. So this is our last. Hi. Everyone, special guest, Mrs. Tun, say hello. Hey. I will. Thank you. Bye, Mrs. Tun. Look, I love special guests. Okay. It's our last Module 4 vocabulary, but we have a lot of vocabulary words today in a shorter amount of time, so we are going to get right to it, see how much we can get through, okay? So if you want to answer because you think you know what the word means, raise your hand in the little raise your hand button. Don't type it in the chat unless I say type it in the chat, but just raise your hand with the raise your hand button, and so on. So our first word is frolics. 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 Does anyone want to guess or tell me what they think frolics means? Ethan, you raised your hand first, it looks like. Frolics.
Like running through a field or something?
Kind of, yeah. So frolics are fun acts, such as dancing or parties, something fun. So a sentence could be, all of us enjoy nice frolics in the meadow on a warm spring day. So frolics are fun acts. So you could say, she frolics outside. Or we do lots of frolics on Fridays, okay? So frolics, fun acts, all right? Fun acts. Mrs. Kneifel needs to get more on the frolics because apparently I'm not the funnest. All right, number 2. I feel like this one definitely has 2 different definitions for sure. Stubble, S-T-U-B-B-L-E, stubble. Michaela Freeze, your hand is up. Stubble.
Like you fall, but you almost fall, but you don't.
Say that again.
You fall, but you almost don't.
Fall.
You trip.
Stubble does not. That would be stumble. Stumble. This is stubble. It is not to fall or trip. I disagree. Jaden, you try.
It's the stuff after a combine comes through and harvests a crop.
Yes, correct. So that is the definition that goes along with our story, and I'll talk about the other definition in a minute. So stubble is the short, stiff stalks of plants that remain in a field after harvesting. So after the combine comes through and cuts all the plants, there's still a little bit of plant left. It's not just down to the dirt, and that can be referred to as stubble. So a sentence could be, after the tractor moved across the field, all that was left of the corn plant were rows of stubble. So tiny plants that are left behind, okay? And then also your father or your grandpa or something, after they shave, they might get stubble on their face. And that's just small, short hair, just kind of like short little plants. So stubble would be like facial hair before it's grown into a beard, okay? Yes, tiny plants left over after a harvest, Mia, correct. Connor, what do you need? Oh, no. That's stumble, not stubble. And yes, you were correct, Landon. It's the short hair before a beard officially grows, okay? So stubble has two definitions. But the stubble that goes along with our story is the tiny plants that remained after a harvest, okay? Next one. Dun, da, da, da. And remember, just because there's a picture doesn't mean it always goes along with it. Our next one is indispensable. This is an adjective. It's a descriptive word. Something can be indispensable. If something is indispensable, what does that mean? If something is indispensable, what do we think that means? You want to take a stab at it? Take a guess? This picture does not help. No. Cadence, why don't you try? Can't throw it away. Okay, so that's on the right track. Caden said in the chat, if something's indispensable, you can't throw it away. That's on the right track. Presley, how about you try real quick? Presley Marshall. Necessary. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. So if something is indispensable, it is necessary. It is important. Can't be gotten rid of. So here is a sentence that goes along with this picture. The mayor needed to prove that he was indispensable by solving the city's big problem, meaning he needed to prove that he was a good mayor, that he wasn't able to be gotten rid of, that he was necessary by solving the problem. So indispensable means necessary, can't get rid of it, important, etc., etc. Okay? That's a big word. Our next one is dainty. D-A-I-N-T-Y. If something is dainty, what does that mean, boys and girls? Ella, your volume, or you need to be on mute. What is dainty, Brooklyn? Tell me, Brooklyn, what is dainty?
Something that's small.
Normally, dainty things are small. I'm going to agree with that. But dainty does not necessarily mean small. Just coincidentally, normally dainty things are small. Connor, I'm going to need you to stop typing random things in the chat. Isabella H, you want to give it a try? Dainty? Pretty? No, dainty things do not have to be pretty. Mia, what do you think? Mia Culp. Nope. Does not have to be something you need. Ooh, okay, how about a sentence? I'm going to give you a sentence, and we're going to see if we can guess. The bee landed on the dainty petal of the flower. Think about flower petals. They cannot withstand a whole bunch. They're a little what? Mark, what do you think? It is not wet. Stop guessing random things, friends. Like I said, if you want to answer, you need to raise your hand. We should not just be putting it in the chat.
Weak.
If you want to answer, raise your hand. Mark.
I said weak.
So I don't really love the word weak to say it, but the word dainty, okay, I like what Paisley just said, and Presley and Jaden, even though you're not raising your hand and you're typing it in your chat. Something that is dainty is fragile. It's delicate. That is what dainty means, like flower petals. I'm not going to say flower petals are weak. They can withstand wind and stuff, but they're still fragile. They're delicate. So the word dainty is an adjective and it is delicate. Like maybe you could say, oh, the little girl is super dainty. Like maybe she's a little bit tiny. She's a little bit fragile. Or, you know, the glass vase was very dainty, meaning it was fragile, delicate. Can't be throwing it around. It could fall. Okay. So dainty does not necessarily mean weak. It does not mean wet or anything like that. Gage, do you have a question? No? Okay. So dainty is delicate. Dainty, delicate. See? D, 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 D. Okay, next word is plode. Plode. This sentence might help a little bit. Maybe. Plode. Let's see whose hands are up. Dylan Kelly?
Is it plowed? Oh, it's plowed. Is it? Does it mean something like snow or horses?
No, it does not mean snow or horses. It just, this is, the sentence goes along with the snow and the horse. James, you want to give it a try? James, your hand was up. No? It is a verb. It's something that you do. Or in this case, something the horse is doing. This is a verb. That might be helpful. He's typing. Okay. Yeah, that would be a sentence that goes along with plodding through because it's a verb. But to plode is to move heavily and slowly. Okay, so we watch the horse plode through the snow. Obviously, a horse, well, look at, this isn't some nice thick snow in this picture. So the horse isn't going to be, running as fast as possible. So the word means to move heavily or slowly. Okay. So you should see Mrs. Kneifel tracing down her dog this morning in the snow. I was definitely floating through the snow, going nice and slow because it's really tall, it's really heavy snow, and I was moving slowly. Okay? Dun, da, da, da. So this is a verb. So it can be past tense, present tense, future tense, etc. Our next one is obviously. No, I lied. Sorry, wrong one. If someone, this is oblivious. Sorry, I said the wrong word. Oblivious. If someone is oblivious to something, blank. Connor, yes, please use the chat appropriately, or I'm going to ask you to leave my meet. What does oblivious mean? This is an adjective. You can describe people as oblivious. I would say Mrs. Kneifel is not oblivious. Ethan, what does oblivious mean?
Like you have no idea what's happening.
Perfect. If someone is oblivious to something, he or she is unaware of it. So sometimes when you guys are in class and you're talking, and Mrs. Kneifel stops talking because I'm waiting for you guys to stop talking, but you keep on talking, that would mean you're oblivious of what I'm doing. So oblivious, you are unaware of it, what's happening, okay? Some people just have a little bit of oblivious personalities, and that is totally fine. Well, I don't know about fine, but, I would say I'm not oblivious. All right, next one. Proportions. What are proportions of something? Molly, you want to give it a try? Connor, do not type in the chat anymore, please. Final warning, or I'm going to kick you out of my meet. Molly, proportions.
Like the size of it, or how much it is.
I think you said the right thing, but I didn't hear. Try it one more time.
Like the size and how much of it.
Yeah, when you talk about the proportions of something, you talk about its size. So here's this cute little dollhouse picture, and it says the proportion of the furniture fits the size of the dollhouse perfectly. So proportions have to do with the size of stuff. So if Mrs. Kneifel, look at Mrs. Kneifel's chair that she's sitting in right now. It looks like a regular old chair. If Mrs. Kneifel bought in a baby chair that is meant for 2 to 5, that would not be the correct proportion for Mrs. Kneifel. So proportion has to do with the size of it, okay? Proportion is something that talks about the size. Dun, da, da, da. Okay. Let me make sure I'm pronouncing this word right because I feel like I always pronounce it wrong. Dun, da, 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 da. Probably shouldn't pronounce things wrong. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. Time out. timeout. Not really timeout, but stay tuned. Let's see. Let's make my Chromebook say it for me.
Regale.
Regale. All right. Our word is regaled, which is a verb. It's something that you do. Regaled. So look, here's a lovely family. Here's this person talking. Maybe this picture is a little bit helpful. Regaled. If you regaled someone, what did you do? Hannah Druber, you want to give it a try?
Listening?
No, it is not listening. Olivia, you try. These people are smiling, so I'm not going to say disagree, Mia.
Complimented.
No. If you regaled someone, you entertained them. So you could say, Sam regaled her family with funny stories about her day. Regaled, okay? Entertain them. So, oh, I regaled my family yesterday when I told them silly stories. Regaled, all right? And the last word is thresh. There is two different things that have to do with thresh. Fun fact, thresh, or maybe that's thrush. I lied. There's not. Totally lied. Thresh. I was thinking of thrush, different thing. Regale does not mean you're a comedian. It just means you entertained someone, okay? So this word is thresh, and it's a verb, another thing you can do. Yes, it is a verb, thresh. This picture might be helpful. Thresh. Abigail, you want to give it a try?
Throwing something with all your might.
Not necessarily. Has to do with the plants. Threshing has to do with plants. All right. I'm not seeing really any good guesses necessarily. So, to thresh a plant is to beat it in order to separate its grain or seeds from the rest of the plant. So, whatever plant you have, you're going to separate its seeds or its grain, the important part that you want, from the rest of the plant. Because obviously we're not going to, like, for example, corn, you're not going to eat the entire stalk. You just want the corn cob, right? So threshing it, you're separating what you need from the rest of it, okay? So we're going to go through these 9 vocabulary words really, really quick. I hope Mrs. Kneiffel's class is paying attention. Friends. Dun, da, da, da. All right. So it was frolics. Frolics are fun acts. Okay, Mia, well, that's why we're going through them again. Okay, and that's why you have homework on them. I don't know if this is the same thing we do every single week with vocab. We're going through them again right now. Frolics. Frolics are fun acts such as dances or parties. Stubble. Stubble is the short, stiff stalks of plants that remain in the field after harvesting. So what's left after harvesting is called stubble. Also, stubble can be facial hair that grows before a full beard grows, but we're talking about the stubble that has to do with plants. The next one is indispensable, which is an adjective describing a descriptive word. If something is indispensable, it is necessary, it is important, can't be gotten rid of. Our next word is dainty, which is another adjective. If something is dainty, you could describe it as delicate or fragile. Time out, phone ringing. Hello. Okay. Nope. I mean, I guess. I have no idea. I can just send home everything that's in her desk. What time do you need it by? I can get it to you by like 1 or 12:20ish. Okay. All right. Bye. All right, dainty, something's delicate or fragile. Our next word is plode. To plode is to move heavily and slowly. So Mrs. Kneifel was ploding through the snow this morning. Does not mean walking. It moves heavily. It means to move heavily and slowly. Does not mean walking. It's a certain type of moving, heavily and slowly. Our next word is oblivious. If someone is oblivious to something, he or she is unaware of it. Okay? Okay. Proportions. When you're talking about the proportions of something, you talk about its size. Regaled. If you regaled someone, you entertained them. Okay? You entertained them. And lastly, thresh. To thresh a plant is to beat it in order to separate its grain or seeds from the rest of the plant. Okay? What questions do we have over these lovely 9 vocabulary words? Do not get off, by the way. We are not done. Does anyone have any questions over these words? You will have vocabulary homework, same as always vocabulary homework. You have to do 4 words out of the 9, so that's 4 sentences. The words are typed there. If you forget what it means, type the word into Google and go to dictionary.com and figure out the meaning of the word before you type a sentence, okay? Any questions about that? Don't leave the meeting, Evan. I literally said don't leave the meeting. All right. We still have about 10 minutes, which means we have time to do our prefixes and suffixes. Our first, we have 2 prefixes this week and 2 suffixes. So our first prefix is miss. M-I-S. If you can think of a word that has M-I-S in it at the beginning as a prefix, feel free to type it in my chat. I'm going to start with mishap. Misspelled, someone said. Mischief. I don't know. Is that how mischief is spelled? Okay. Mistyped. Misplay. Hello? Oh, okay. All right. That's fine. All right. Bye. All right, misuse, mistake, all those, misplayed. All right, timeout. We totally have so many. We can all stop typing our miswords. Misfit. We can stop typing miswords. Please stop typing miswords now. So we have miscounted, misinterpreted, misfit. We have misfunction, misplace, mischief, misfit, mistake. Wow, that's a lot of words. Does anyone want to give me a guess on what we think miss means? If it's a mishap or mistyped or something like that, raise your hand if you want to tell me what you think miss means. Dylan Kelly, what do you think miss means?
It's like a mistake or something.
Yeah, kind of. So miss means wrong or incorrect, or it could, oh my goodness. Hello. Yeah, I sent her a thing. What did I don't even remember. I think student council, I said to meet at 2 and the picture would be 2:15. And the original ambassador one that I said to Christine, but of course the time can change, it said meet around 1:45, picture will be taken at 2. For student ambassador, then student council. Okay, cool. I sent it to my student council kids. I have not sent anything to ambassador kids yet because that was in my email this morning to Christine because I didn't know who we wanted to actually send it to. Yeah. Okay, cool. All right, bye. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. Apparently I'm really popular and it has not been the same person. I'm super sorry. So anyways, miss means wrong, incorrect, or bad, okay? Mishap, that's a bad thing. The wrong thing happened, okay? So, miserable, that's a bad thing that's happened. We aren't feeling good, okay? Any questions about miswords? Obviously, we know not every single word follows the rule, but for the most misheard, yeah, you didn't hear them right. You heard them incorrectly. So, good deal. Our next one, this one's a little bit, these words are kind of harder to think of. Our next prefix is mal, like maltreat, or malformation. Anyone else have a mal word? These ones are, malnourished. That's a good one. That was my other one. Malnourished, malfunction. That's a good one. That should probably be enough. So mal actually means, so we have maltreat, malformation, malnourished, malfunction, malware. Mal means actually bad or evil. Fun fact, that's the official meaning of mal is bad or evil. So if you're malnourished, that means you don't have enough nourishment. Malfunction means it's not working correctly. Maltreat, meaning you're not being treated well, being treated bad. Yeah, like Melissa fan. Haha, good one. So that is what mal means, okay? So miss means wrong, incorrect, or bad, and mal means bad or evil, okay? That's what they officially mean. Remember, not every single word works for that every single time. Our next one is two suffixes. And our suffixes mean the exact same thing. They're just depending on the word is how it's spelled. So it's either A-B-L-E or I-B-L-E. Does anyone have any words that end in A-B-L-E or I-B-L-E? I'll start us off with payable. Unable. Disable. Interchargeable. That's not, Michaela, that's not how you spell it. Uncontrollable, unplayable, noticeable, cable. We could do capable, accessible, sensible, impossible. Bible does not end in I-B-L-E. Uncapable. Okay, you guys are listing so many words. So, officially, the suffix A-B-L-E and I-B-L-E mean possible, capable, suitable for, or causing, okay? So if something is payable, it's ordered to be paid. Capable means you can do it. Accessible means that it is possible to access it. Sensible means that it is, once again, you know, suited for sensibility. Impossible, not capable. We know that I am means not, and then possible is so on. So the words mean both A-B-L-E and I-B-L-E mean the exact same thing. It's just how they are spelled. Yes. So A-B-L-E and I-B-L-E mean possible, capable, suited for, or causing, okay? So let's just go through these one more time. Prefixes, miss, wrong, incorrect, bad, mal, bad, or evil. And our suffixes, A-B-L-E/I-B-L-E, depending on the word, depends on how it's spelled, means possible, capable, suitable for, or causing. Dun, 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 dun. Does anyone have any questions over these 2 prefixes, 2 suffixes, or our 9 vocabulary words? Do not get off. We are not done. Does anyone have any questions? If not, I'm going to... Goodness. Sorry, I have so many. I'm just real popular today. Everyone wants to talk to Mrs. Kneifel. So anyways, we have your homework, which will be posted shortly. It is the same vocab homework that we always have. It is 4 of the 9. You only have to do 4 of the 9, and it is due by tomorrow at 8 a.m. Your writing prompt is due on Friday. Tomorrow, we are going to read the entire story. It's called The Pioneer Sampler. It's a pretty good one. So we're reading that tomorrow. So your homework tonight is your vocab. I'm posting your vocab homework right now. If you want to check it out on Google Classroom before you get off to see if you have any questions, that would be fabulous. It is posted now. Anyone, any questions? Now is your time to ask. Your homework is due by tomorrow at 8 a.m. If you forgot what a word means, go on to Google. You can Google the definition, okay? Or you can always rewatch this recording. You guys are free to leave. So long, so long. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. So long, so long. Goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. What? Yep, friends. I need you guys to clear off your desks. Someone wanted to spray. I need someone to volunteer to spray and someone to volunteer to. Hey, what's up? I thought you weren't gonna be here today. That's why I emailed you.